How's it going, YouTube? Another bare bone video. This is my 4 hour update on trying to land a job at Nvidia. So, like I said in my first video, I'm going to be trying to learn C++ and in parallel, doing a linear algebra course on Khan Academy. So, I guess I'll update you guys on what I've gone through in the C++ first, and then what I've gone through in the linear algebra course. So let's see. On the C++ side, I should share my screen. On the C++ side, I've gone through this whole beginning, intro, and getting started. So that, I'm not completely new to programming, but I am new to, I guess, like how they would teach you in a college course. So I decided to go through each and every single one of the, um, I guess, I don't know, chapters. Been taking notes about what good standard coding practices and C++ practices are. That's what a lot of this first chapter was about, and about getting set up. So this whole first part, I really just got my ID set up over here, and then I got up to here. I don't think I did this one, did I? Keywords. No, I didn't. So I got up to 1.6. And this took me about 3 hours, I would say, getting set up and taking notes, trying out the code for myself. And yeah, no hitches, no problems so far. I guess I'll show you guys. This was the last thing I wrote. I guess I can go through each line to show what I've learned. So the first line, this is a C++ standard library called IOStream. Basically, all this is doing is saying to include this library in our program, in our code here, in this class. Actually, not sure if they're called classes in C++, but yeah, on this in this file. And then this next line is the main function. Every program in C++ needs the main function. Kind of reminds me of in Java, what's it called? Public void main, right? String args or whatever it's called. So, and it has I guess, a return type of int. That's why we have the return 0 down here. And then, we did like a basic hello world thing. So just imagine none of this here and just hello world here. And this is a part of this IOStream library. It's a character output or character output. Yeah, character output. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I could check, but I'm trying to show you guys what I know off the top of my head. So character output, it'll basically on the console it'll say enter a number, and then this is me initializing an int variable or initializing an int object. Not 100% sure. And I know it's called list initialization. The the textbook, I guess, the website said like this is the best way to write uh variables. Usually I would do it like this and then, x equals in Java at least. That's how I would do it. Or I would just write it on the same line, but writing just writing x equals 10 is called assigning and not uh, initializing. I might be making mistakes here, obviously. If anybody watches this video and wants to correct me, feel free to in the comments. I probably will go through them. And then this next line it's from the same library, but instead of character out, it's character in. So what we're doing it here is we're gonna take a value from the user, whatever they put in, so a number, right? Enter a number. They put in a number, and then it'll get saved into X. So these arrows they said a good way to remember is like these arrows, enter a number is going into C out, and then whatever you get is going into X, the way the arrows are pointing. I don't know. I've never seen these arrows before, so it was a good little trick to remember. And then there's another outline, character output line, and this is saying you entered, right? And then the number that they entered, and then a line break. And another way to do this line break thing is by doing, let's see if I can remember, std colon colon end l. Yeah. And what end l does is it clears the buffer. Not 100% sure what that is, but basically it it clears, I guess, the memory of this. I'm not sure. Let me not even get into it and confuse myself. But yes, but and it also ends the line. So yeah, that's what I've gotten up to, and this is just a return zero. They didn't really explain this, but they kind of explained it, but I'm guessing since the main function is of an int type, you need to have a return of an int, and they did say like this is just to basically say everything went well, so that's why we're returning a zero. There's a bunch of other things that I went through. Got like, we don't even know if you guys can see this on camera. Got a good amount of notes just to keep myself honest, and I don't know. I feel like writing stuff down helps me memorize and keep things in my head. So that's what I've been doing for C++. And if we move along to Khan Academy, haven't got through many videos, but that's because there's been a lot of like taking notes and making little graphs. I don't know. I feel like I'm back in college or back in high school. I haven't used graph paper in a while. I'm still not using graph paper, but you know, I'm making graphs. So I guess for linear algebra, what I've learned so far is what a vector is. A vector is any object with speed and direction, a scale and direction. I feel like there's probably okay. I'm on the notes. So it's magnitude and a direction. So he explained magnitude as being speed or a scalar, and then a direction is just, you know, whichever way it's pointing. And yeah, vectors can be, I guess, plotted anywhere on the graph. I don't know, I don't really know what I should explain in this, but yeah, they can be plotted anywhere on the graph, and they seem to be really easy to visualize when they're in R2 real, what is it? That's all on the first page. Real two-dimensional coordinate space. But once you start going into like 4D and 3D, he hasn't even shown anything past 2D, but I can imagine it's already hard for me to visualize. I'm sure it's hard to like make a 3D graph and then be like, oh, this is us going through the X and Y axis and then also going through the Z axis. I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, what I've learned so far is basically just adding vectors, multiplying vectors, and how they make like triangles when you add them, and even when you subtract them, unless they're linear. I forget what the word is that he used. Might have it somewhere around here. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what I've learned so far in C++ and in linear algebra. That has taken me about 4 hours. I know I work a little slow. These videos are also long. Like all these videos together probably added up to an hour's worth, and that's why this is. I spent an hour basically on linear algebra and 3 hours, I would say, on C++. So yeah, from tomorrow I'll be on 1.7, and I know I said I'd make one after every session of studying, but that might be a little difficult. So maybe every 2 sessions. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for coming to my. All right, thank you for coming to my YouTube video, and I'll see you guys after the next study session.